strikes again today. Supreme Court was actually the audio of the Supreme Court oral arguments was actually live today. I listened to some of it. But that was after I saw this. Scotus once again sides with illegal aliens. This came out about 4:17 this afternoon. The U.S. Supreme Court, following its shocking decision to block the Trump administration from deporting terrorist illegal gang members more quickly, has just issued another decision favoring illegals. Today, the court ruled that immigrants who agree to leave the U.S. voluntarily are entitled to deadline flexibility when the deadline falls on a weekend or a holiday.
What? God bless.
Let me say that again. Bless me. Thank you.
Wow. It's not what you thought it was.
The court ruled that immigrants who agree to leave the U.S. voluntarily are entitled to deadline flexibility when the deadline falls on a weekend or holiday. Oh, yes. I said that correct, and you heard it correctly.
Come on.
Because obviously illegal aliens who should never have been here to begin with deserve all the consideration in the world when authorities who are kicking them the hell out in line with the law and federal orders and the will of we, the people. And who sided with the wackos on the court? Well, that would be Justice Neil Gorsuch, unexplainably. And, of course, the Chief Justice John Roberts joined the radical leftists on the court for the 5-4 decision. How depressing that even with a supposed conservative majority on the court, Donald Trump and the American people are almost constantly being handed defeats. And here's the question. First of all, anytime I read anything that says a 6-3 majority, I just laugh. I mean, can we stop writing that, please? Let's just stop it right now. Everybody who writes about the Supreme Court, let's stop writing 6-3 majority. Just write the court is, I don't know how to, you can phrase it however you want, but stop saying 6-3 majority. It's not a 6-3 majority.
Yeah.
It's certainly not a conservative majority. But here's the question. If you win an election, as the president did, 80 plus million people voted for him, and the main crux of what you won and ran on was this issue. If you win an election based on that, and then you can't ignore the courts block you from carrying out what you won the election on, what most people voted for, and you have Congress who will not pass any new laws in these must-pass bills to clarify maybe some of this, what is the point of the election at that point? You have to ask yourself. Because here we sit 4 months in, and that is exactly the situation we find ourselves in. We all voted for this. The majority of the country voted for this, and yet you have every court. You have 607 lower courts who are ruling as emperors, and now you have a Supreme Court which has lost its way other than 2 members.